Hey, I'm Mike Baccarella, and today we're going to talk about something we barely talk about on this channel, bending. More specifically, some of the ways that Jimmy Herring approaches bending. So let's take a look. Before we get started, if you enjoy the video, please give it a like. That really helps the channel to grow. And if you're new here and you enjoy this sort of content, I release new jazz guitar lesson videos every single week. So please be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date with my newest videos. And if you're interested in supporting me further, please consider checking out my Patreon, where I release PDFs for each and every one of my lesson videos, as well as a weekly jazz solo transcription. So for as little as $5 a month, you get access to over 100 lesson PDFs and over 100 solo transcriptions. There's a ton of stuff to practice there. Now let's get started. When it comes to really expressive bending, I can't really think of anyone I enjoy as much as Jimmy Herring. Now, we're not going to take a look at every single possible thing he might do for bending, because that would just take hours and hours. But we're going to take a look at a couple things he really likes to do. All of these examples are going to be played basically over like an E major 7, sharp 11 kind of sound, a Lydian situation, which has the same notes as the B major scale, just played over an E major. Now this first example is very similar to an idea I already covered in the past on Jimmy Herring's wide interval playing, and I'll leave a link in the description to that video so you can take a look at that concept. But we're going to focus on how he uses bending through these ideas right now. So the basic idea is we're going to play a note on the B string, in this case F sharp on the 7th fret, and I'm going to go up a 6th in the scale. So in this case, D sharp. And go between those notes, and then from the 5th, I'm going to bend up. So I'm going F sharp, D sharp, F sharp, D sharp, F sharp, C sharp, bent up to D sharp, back down to C sharp. Now rhythmically, this would be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And of course, we can move this up and down the scale. Now, one of the most important things is to make sure your bends are in tune, because there's nothing worse than bending up to a note and being sharp or flat. But once we got our bends in tune, the way we articulate the bend can really make a dramatic impact on how it sounds. So one thing Jimmy Herring does a lot, he'll bend up to a note and then kind of choke it and then come back down. It's almost like that bend is staccato. And I kind of brush it with the edge of my finger after I pick it. But we could also just bend and release, or pick both notes, but we don't cut it off. So I'll play this line again with all 3 different styles of bending. So we can see that with just a simple change of how we attack the note, the line can take on a very different personality. Now with the second example, we're playing 2 notes and then bending up to the note we just played. This is something that Jimmy Herring does a lot. And it gives you the sound of a unison, but the scoop into it. So I'm playing C sharp, E, and then I'm taking that D sharp and bending up a half step. And I'm doing the same thing 1 string lower. G sharp, B, A sharp, bent up a half step. This line's the same as the previous one, except we're just adding a couple notes to the end. So same thing, C sharp, E, D sharp, bent up to E, and then back down, and then C sharp. And then the same exact thing on the last string. Now right here, there's a lot of ways we can articulate just this ending phrase. So here we're kind of choking the note, kind of giving it a staccato feel. What if I bend, release, and pull off? What if I bend, release, and slide? Each one of those is expressive in a different way. The bending and sliding is something that Jimmy especially does quite a bit. So we enjoy taking a look at these Jimmy Herring bending ideas. His bending, coupled with the many different ways he uses vibrato, give him a very unique sound. Nobody quite sounds like Jimmy, and that's one of my favorite things about him. If you would like more lessons on these kind of concepts, let me know in the comments. I would love to take a look at these kind of things more often. And if you want to dig in further, as always, the PDF's available on Patreon. So thanks for checking out today's lesson. Keep practicing. I'll see you next time.